Greetings, everyone, under the law of one, under the Melchizedek order. There has been some changes about a lot of things. This is the energy that I carry and have right now. And I never wanted to allow this to happen because I know that it will bring so many questions and changes. And it might happen that people start to doubt me and think that something happened with me. I was always, well, at some point I was open to this energy. I'm sorry, there's a crystal that's crying for me. Oh, these are all my friends behind me, right? They are my armor, my protectors, my weapons. And unfortunately, I can't show you the rest of the weapons that I have, but just say hi. I'll talk about them in a minute. So I was open to this energy around 2012, but they didn't want me to embody it because my heart was not at the right place. It's only now I start to connect with my heart. And I have been the Melchizedek energy back then, when I was moving too quick, and the abilities that I had or still have that are buried, they were too dangerous, and I wasn't at the center of my heart then. There was a lot of ego that was happening, something that I've always been, it's been so hard to, overcome this ego energy, but finally now I have learned to, so I have come to this reality, and it has really changed a lot in me, and I'm just looking forward to all that I will be assisting people with, because I tell you this, that this energy, when I was supposed to embody it, the gods didn't think that I was ready for it because of the heart. And now that I have come to this embodiment, I have been opened up to this experience, and the Melchizedek energy now has taken over my whole entire body. And what this usually means is everything now is on God, the God that's inside. Because when the Melchizedek energy comes for you and you are at the right time, usually it happens around the age 30, 31, 33, I was a bit afraid that I was going to dissipate and never come back, right? But I managed to come back, and the gods have opened up to me to say, or to tell you that there's a lot that you really need to connect with. And on my side, there is a lot that I have to fix, because the information that I was giving, it was good, but over the fact that it had a lot of ego in it, at some point it was affecting you guys, and it was pushing the very important people that were supposed to be in the alignment with what I was giving them as information to connect with. So I haven't done enough justice. Not to say that I'm taking away from all the videos that I was doing. There's nothing wrong with them. There's some areas that I'm going to fix, and I did mention this on my YouTube channel, on my TikTok channel, saying that there will be some things that I have to bring about. So for the first time, I'm crediting somebody who has also impacted this change, Rhadebelihle Melchizedek, right? He's also part of the Melchizedek order. Just like any other ascended masters or ascended beings that have been part with, including Jesus, but that's not his real name. I did say this, that they have allowed me to speak about it, and I will try to lay the foundation who Jesus was, and all that information in due time, or when time comes. So when I was in the higher dimensions, after when I had to, because I had to be anointed again under the Melchizedek order, because I have so many orders that I'm under, but this one now has chose to rise at this age. Okay, so they told me specifically that when I come back here into this reality, I need to start to listen to Dran Valo, Melchizedek, right? He has also played a very significant role in the change that you see within me. And to the gods, they said to me that to them, it was more like I needed to go to him physically and connect with him. And due to the fact that, wherever he is, he might be very busy, I'm able to connect with him though, right? It's more like when I connect to this energy that he has embodied, everything that has been buried inside of me will start to express itself, having to tap into the different light of information I have to connect with in order for me to be able to have a better alignment, come down here and teach you about these things. So he has, in a short span of time, he really impacted my life greatly. And I want to credit him for the first time. I've never had somebody to credit, because for me, information, it was always easy for me to connect with, because all I had to do was to download it. It has always been there. It's still here. Even what Melchizedek, Dran Valo, speaks and says about, it's already inside. Like it is with everyone else again. It needed to happen in this manner so that everything can start to connect the dots. And when time goes on, you will start to understand what the ascension is all about. So now that I've found the love that I needed to connect with, it's something that I need to express it to everyone as well. Just having my tea. I love tea so much. The light inside of you, in order for it to prevail, it needs to connect with the love that's inside of you. And before, I thought that the mind was everything. No, it's not. The mind is one poisonous thing that affects everybody not to do the will, unless if they are connected with their heart accordingly. And this alignment, then change will start to impact, and the ascension will start to be real. Any other ascension you think it comes from the mind is not the real ascension, but every other ascension that is powerful and real is the one that sparks light from your heart. And these are part of the conversation we will be talking about moving forward. All right, so the beings that are there behind me, I just wanted to say this. All of them are my friends, my warriors, my cosmic light, the tools that I use. And every tool that is most likely spiritual, or it's going to be a spiritual tool, it's very important that you learn to it's very important that you learn to understand that you can program that tool. It's not just crystals, right? You can program that tool how it'll serve you. And I'm talking to every healer, traditional healer or spiritual healer or shaman. Shamans know this. The shamans know this. They are well aware of this. Every tool that you use or object that is going to serve you to assist somebody, or having to be in the battle of the spirits, you have to program the tool to assist you according to what energy you give it, right? because every little object has a life form in it. Okay, so all of these tools that you see behind, it's crystals. It's not just crystals. There's this bottle. In that bottle, there's like water in it from the oceans, and the sand is inside as well, and core wire is inside as well. So what am I trying to say? That every little thing that's here is actually programmed. It's a tool, and that's what I'm giving you today. That it's very important to program each and every tool that you're going to use, and that you're going to use when it comes to spiritual engagement. So this is programmed. It's programmed according to how it can actually produce and give energy to. And that's something about the body. The body, you can have protection spiritually through the soul, program that, but your body needs to also have the physical areas it can connect to in order for it to serve a different kind of a protection to give, so I just wanted to say this on that. So it has been a great journey for me, I must say, and it has been a great journey, right? You get to be transformed only if you're open to that idea, right? Something that I've learned, that I used to do this a lot. I used to force people to this information, And I know somebody will say to me, but you are raw. It doesn't change. It's still the same. I'm the sun living conscious, right? I always get this wrong. I'm the living conscious sun. Okay, got it right now. It still doesn't change. Let me paint you a picture for you to understand something when you come down here, especially if you are an incarnate. First thing, you're not supposed to remember everything. When we come down here, we know what we have to do. But most of the time, it happens that there's a conflict. Then all of that pattern changes. And everything that we are supposed to do, it doesn't happen as quick as it has to. There's a journey in it. So when we come down here, we forget every assignment. And the aim is not about forgetting that assignment, but connecting with the will to bring yourself to that assignment. This means that there will be mistakes you will do. And for those mistakes you do, you're not supposed to be judged. For if you are judging, you're living in the mind. You're not in the heart. The heart doesn't judge. Okay? Only the mind that is polarized is the one that judges. Because it always wants to prove a point. There is an ego. There is an ego in it. Right? So when we come down here, we are to do mistakes. But most of the time, those mistakes never lead people to death or something that's very negative, okay? Even though you can be a nemesis, Isis, that is incarnated with that energy, you have to grow in this alignment for the sake of understanding how things operate in this world, because everything changes. Things don't stay the same all the time. Together with the generation that always moves to try to embark on a new way or new ways of doing things in this world. So we set ourselves triggers that we know, if I get to be triggered in this way, this will start to open up. And I always say this, that the traumas are one of the things we set for ourselves on a specific timing, that when such happens, right, we get to wake up. And this becomes powerful if you learn to understand what you went through and remember that you are the one who set up this time frame, that as soon as such trauma starts to affect you, it'll activate something inside of you. The moment you realize that, you learn to heal from it so that it doesn't actually come for you, or it will be a problem, right? So every spiritual person, including myself, has been through trauma, and it has awakened them at some point. It has led them. And that's what usually happens. You can't spot everything like that, right? But there's a huge difference between a person that is a reincarnate and an incarnate. With me, growing up as a child, I always knew who I was and what I had to do. It was always there. And I've been too different. My parents would attest to this. I would do some things that were so powerful and magical. Sometimes they say that I would just disappear, until they met people that told them that they need to protect me. I have something to offer in this world. So I'm not gonna get into that now. What I'm trying to say is we all know what we have to do. It's just one of those destruction that need to happen. But at the end of the day, they will bring you up to the right direction you have to follow. Because sometimes you'll think that whatever that you're doing is actually right when you haven't actually begun to live your true purpose. Right now, with me, I personally think that ever since I came back, that's when I started now to live my true purpose. The one that I was doing, I was still gathering things up altogether. I'm telling you. Because if you can look past my videos, there's a lot that I did. I wouldn't say wrong, but I was aligned, but not with my heart. That was the only issue. I was here. So now I have learned to live here. And understanding this is accommodating the fact that everyone who listens to you is bound to do exactly as you do. And with the little influence that I have in people, I have to be careful that I influence them to the right will. I shouldn't waste people's time. Everyone who listens to my videos or me speak, they must start to be transformed, in a sense that it's not just transformation, but you get to move from the third dimension into the fourth dimension, then to the fifth dimension. In my previous videos, I was too quick to get people to move to the fifth dimension. And I could see a lot of people teaching about this as well. A lot of people have not even entered the fourth dimension yet. I'm telling you. They haven't entered the fourth dimension. And I was now ready to try to force people into the fifth dimension. I'm telling you. And they showed me this. I saw this. I was looking at everyone like this, and I was really amazed that so many people have not yet entered the fourth dimension. They're still having a difficult time. And the fourth dimension is a mental Alright, the fourth dimension is a heart thing, because the heart is connected to all the dimensions. But sometimes it is a reality of the mind. In order for you to have a way of connecting or understanding. So a lot of people have not entered the fourth dimension. And when we talk about the fourth dimension, it's a dream state. Everyone visits this dimension, but you're still having a difficult time to understand. I was having a conversation with somebody during the session that I had with them on consultation, and I told them that if they've noticed, the Rastafarians, they usually wear their dukes in this direction, right, in this alignment. And this is something that has been carried throughout the ancient times. And I was explaining to this to the patient of mine that it's something that is connected to you as well, because when the Rastafarians, they wear their dukes going upwards like this, it's actually an ascension way. They are connecting to the fourth dimension. They are connecting to the higher dimensional, because the dimensions are above here, not somewhere. At some points I did say this, the dimensions are within your chakras, right, from your heart, which is connected to all. Okay, I actually think that the mind is useless. It has a lot of ego, but when time goes on, you'll start to understand this, right? The heart is the one that is expressing the heart chakra as well. You know, it's like a mirror, but the chakras that are within are the dimensions, and they extend and go even way above. Every time when I say connect to your higher plane of a dimension, I'm talking about the will that's above from your head. They go on and on and on in different frequency, different vibration. So you're walking around with this dimensions, and because you know what I noticed when I was away, the message is good from a lot of people, but at some point there's how to put this, there are external influences that are making everybody who teaches about this knowledge to use the chaotic energy, to use the ego. At the end of the day, the people that are listening, they are getting the information, but they are not moving. And that has been a problem. I won't lie, people are getting the right information, but they are not moving. That's the problem. Because now it ends up being that I must know. It's never about, yes, I must know, let me do. You know, if we were to put everybody here and we talk about the real information, it's going to be very embarrassing that nobody has done anything. I was really embarrassed as well myself when I saw all of this. And let me explain this, how I saw this, because this, you might be asking yourself this question. In the fifth dimension, there is a portal that is connected to the atmosphere of so many planetary systems, right? And there's a sacred space that I was in, that I always go into, and it's more like a how to put this, it's more like a tunnel energy, right? And around it there are different planetary influences that are connected, that express how planets look like when they're connected to this tunnel of this energy. And around me, there are two beings that are masters that I'm one with as well. And having to look down, it goes as beyond as seeing the future, but seeing the past and what engages and the real-time event of what's currently happening. And when I was seeing all of this, it was really shocking that a lot of people, unfortunately, we have a lot of people that are being used. The information is right, but there's a chaos that's influencing them not to carry the real issue or the real thing that needs to actually prevail. And one of those things is aligning people to move from the third dimension to the fourth dimension into the fifth dimension. Because that is the assignment right now. That should be the assignment. And you cannot teach this if you're not connected to the heart. And a lot of people that are teaching about information, they are not connected to their hearts. That's been a problem. That's what's currently happening right now with a lot of people that have so much powerful energy, information and influence, but their hearts, they're not connected at all. So it's a lot, but I feel like I should stop here and not make this video very long, But all I wanted to say this is that I'm back and I'm looking forward to help those who need my help and assistance, to see how we can correct some things, how we can help and assist to move from the third dimension to the fourth, and you enter the fifth dimension, because that's the most very important thing there is right now. Because Mother Nature is moving too quick, right? Everything else doesn't matter. I'm telling you, you will realize this. Everything else doesn't really matter. You need to start to do and not talk about it and listen to it. And that's what I want to emphasize on. And the gateway to this is meditation. Nothing else. I'll spend most of my time meditating. And not just meditating, but you having to do some important things that will reflect on you and bringing some great change and in your life overall. It's amazing that a lot of everything, most of the things that are thought to go extinct, you would be amazed that they are in the fifth dimension right now. Right? There's a lot in the fifth dimension. Many living things, even white people, a lot are there right now. Not to say that the people of color are not, they are. The reason why I'm saying this, they showed me that there's a lot of teaching that talks about the fact that white people are going to go extinct. Yes, it will happen in this planet, but not with all of them, but most of them are in the fifth dimension. And this is way beyond the physical body you'd like to think about, because in the fifth dimension we are all different, And I know somebody will ask, why is it that we have to go to the fifth dimension? It is the gateway to go into higher planes. And remember that everything that you're doing right now is learning again. And planet Earth has always been a backup for this to happen. She created herself. No one created this planet. She created herself. The galaxy and the universe has no interference of Earth. She's boss. She's in control, And the fifth dimension is earth, but a different energy. There's no food there. You don't eat anything. Fasting. Where does fasting really come from? Fasting comes from the fifth dimension. The reason why I'm saying this is because many Christians, and not to bring separation, they have no idea that so many things that they do is the information that discerns from the fifth dimension. So that's why I'm making an example that fasting, it comes from the teachings of the fifth dimension. Because in the fifth dimension, there's no food. You don't eat. You don't go hungry. It's all just energy, you know. So every time if you're a Christian or religious or anybody, you start to do fasting, just know that you are interacting with the energy of the fifth dimension, from the fourth to the fifth, because they're too close to each other, right? They're too close to each other. That's why I'm saying that the fourth dimension is more mental. Okay? The fifth dimension is beyond the physical realm, but it's too close to that, but different. Like the fifth dimension, the bodies that they are, okay. The bodies that are in the fifth dimension are crystal bodies, right? This is the body that you have in the fifth dimension. The fourth dimension is mental, right? So every time you start to do fasting, just know that you're interacting with the fifth dimension. And initially you are training yourself and preparing yourself to embody that energy. You just understand everything. So I don't want to make this video very long. It's good to be back. I'm looking forward to help where I can. My way is not the way, or not the only way. Keep that in mind. You are allowed to make research within, discern all the information within, put the puzzles together, connect the dots. Don't just listen to people speak and think that it's the way. That's not learning. Learning allows you to explore information, right? If you have a book, it's fine. Go on and read that book, okay? As long as it actually makes sense to the cause and the will of what is it that you have to accomplish. Under the law of one, I love you so much. Stay well. Under the order of the Melchizedek, I love you so much. Stay well. Love and cosmic light.